Yeah, basically they didn't want to have wives and decided to, brew beer instead. Pretty wise decision.
What do we tell them to do at the end of every one of our shows, Jim?
Don't get married.
Welcome to the Brewview, presented by the Workshop. My name is T.
And I'm just Jim.
And I'm just Jesse.
Guys, we've got a very special beer that we'll be reviewing today. Jesse, tell me what we're reviewing.
Westvleteren 12. We were super grateful to Jim for getting us this Westvleteren.
Right.
I understand that you had quite an ordeal getting it.
Yes, after my last comments, I kind of didn't have a place to stay for a while, so I had to go crash on the sofa at this abbey for a few days, and when I left, I snagged the bottle.
Right on. So Westvleteren 12, if you don't know, is one of the rarest beers in the world. Originally getting this beer, Jesse, I understood you had to basically go to Sixtus Abbey, call them before you went there, gave them your license plate number, how much you want, your credit card.
You can pull up to the door, and then for 46 euros, you can get one case, but you cannot get two.
Cars full of dedicated beer lovers patiently waiting outside the brewery gates in Westvleteren. The monk checks the number plates of his customers. Sales are only made to those who ordered. There were 50 orders today, and the customers are lucky this time.
That's it. So that was how you got Westvleteren prior to that, or Westvleteren 12 prior to that.
Yeah.
So this is the second oldest abbey in Belgium. And if you guys don't know, we've been ripping through Belgium recently here in the workshop. Westmalle Trappist monk beer.
Today we're going to be hopefully reviewing these very tasty beers from our Trappist friends, right?
Called Delirium Tremens. It's a rather faffy beer.
Faff.
Faff.
Today we're going to be reviewing Delirium's Noel.
What are we drinking today, Big John?
We're drinking Stella Artois Midnight Lager.
Yeah, we sure have.
This is why we had to bring Just Jim back, because you know how much he loves the monks.
Just Jim has just a lot of good beer.
Right, and I like the specific gravity. I like that specific gravity.
He definitely loves the specific gravity in this beer. Jesse, tell me something about this beer.
Well, it's 10.2%. We're hoping to get some caramel notes. I guess we should be smelling some
Sweet
raisins, and maybe some biscuity bread notes as well.
So malty.
No banana?
No banana. No pineapple either, Jesse.
No pineapple, unfortunately, today.
So this beer is going to be a little bit malty. So this is a quad.
Yeah.
And
It's
this is
10.2%. It better be a quad.
Right. This is going to be a quad. So what we're going to go ahead and do real quick is tell you a little bit about the Abbey. Jesse, tell me about the Abbey.
Well, monks live there.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything. He didn't have to crash there.
Sure, you're absolutely right. Go ahead and tell me about the Abbey.
Well, it was dark. There's just a bunch of guys. And that's about as far as I went. Lights, candles.
Show me where they touched you.
They have a don't ask, don't tell policy.
We're going to probably pop the top of this one and give you some way better details during this review.
I don't know if they want to hear about popping the top.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, we went ahead and poured this delicious-looking beer. A couple things I want to stamp down on before we start to smell and drink this glorious Belgian beer. The St. Sixtus Abbey is located in Westvleteren, and that's in Belgium.
Right.
They are a Trappist monastery.
Roman Catholic.
Brewed beer, correct, Roman Catholic. One interesting fact I found out is they only brew enough beer to support the monastery, or to support the abbey, rather.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number, but I think it's only like 460 cases or something a year.
Right, and they've been that way for like 75 years or something. I think it's
since 1946.
Cases, something like that. You know what? Look up here. There's the exact number. The other interesting fact is that all the beers that they brew there, and they brew 3 of them, they're identified by their caps. We have the yellow cap,
which is the 12, right? And then they have an 8, which is their double, and then they have a blonde, but the blonde doesn't have any number. I'm not sure why that is. Do you know why that is, Jim?
Well, that's because every blonde I know is a perfect 10.
There must be some blonde monks at the Abbey.
So they also make cheese, right?
They do. And the cheese and the beer are solely what they use to support the Abbey.
Right, and so the only places in Westvleteren that you can actually get Westvleteren 12 is in the Abbey.
And then that one bar across the street.
Like the crazy honky tonk. Or something across the street over there, I guess. So that's the only two places you could actually get Westvleteren while you're there. In Westvleteren,
You
Belgium.
spend any time over there at the bar, Jim?
No, I was on the sofa
The whole time.
the whole time.
So
The
we're
whole
supposed
time.
to get raisins and nuts from the aroma of this. Let's go and
Right.
smell it.
Yeah, I definitely get like a, reminiscent of like a nut brown or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit darker and it looks heavier, but I'm definitely getting some raisin. A little bit.
What are you getting, Jim?
I'm not getting much of anything, actually.
You got COVID, Jim? Did you get COVID while you were there?
I probably still do. Yeah. I got their strain. I brought it back to you.
Oh.
Thanks. But you bring the Westvleteren, so we're good. Let's smell again.
Absolutely. Let's smell it again.
No, we don't get to taste yet.
One thing that we've noticed with all these Trappist beers as we've kind of made our way through Belgium, right, is that and all these different abbeys, is that a lot of their beers by aroma and taste and everything are very, very, very well, like perfectly blended, to where there's no distinct one thing or another, right?
Well
Right.
balanced, yeah.
Yeah, they're all super well balanced and perfectly put together, and I think that probably comes from brewing. For
I
all these
really
years.
like the color. This is a quad. This is a really dark quad. The other beer they make is the double and then the
Yeah,
blonde.
it looks darker than an amber, but it doesn't look
It's-
like a quad to me.
You're holding it up there, and I almost can't see through it with the light through the background. So it's very.
Yeah, it's a very heavy beer. So
Let's
go ahead and taste it.
Taste it, yeah. 10.2% Belgium quad,
Wow.
and
I don't think I've quite tasted anything like that before. There's like a weird,
It's very delicious.
so it's like a caramel chocolate,
Yeah, caramel.
like a dark cocoa almost.
Just almost like a hint of sweetness. This is very good.
Definitely biscuity.
tastes like a Rolo to me.
Well, will you roll? Oh man, you can't roll to me. Roll to your friend, buddy.
It does. It's a lot of caramel. I think I taste more caramel than chocolate. But the chocolate
I do
is there. It's not subtle. It's a
Yeah.
good amount of chocolate. Very
Not like a
Fantastic
sweet
beer.
chocolate, like a little bitter chocolate almost.
yeah.
Like a baker's chocolate or something along that
Yeah,
line. Or that
yeah.
Tazo chocolate. That they
Oh yeah,
use.
the Taza.
Taza chocolate, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not quite organic, but maybe it is organic. I don't know.
Right.
I didn't get that far into the
So there are, again,
He
there
didn't
are,
make it to the fields.
again, there are 12 of these abbeys that actually brew beer. This is the second oldest one.
Right.
And they started in 1836 with their beer production.
Yeah,
The
and I
oldest-
think they did a wonderful job on this. At this point, we've got to figure out a way to get back over there and get the number 8.
Right. So the oldest one being Westmalle, which we've already reviewed. And that was another outstanding Trappist monk
Yeah,
beer.
absolutely.
Guys, we're going to go ahead and finish these off. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Brewview, brought to you by, or presented by, rather, The Workshop. My name is T.
Jesse,
And I'm Jim.
tell your wife you're sorry.
I'm sorry, honey.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.